Good morning, friends, and welcome to another edition of the Daily Word. I'm Pastor Drew, and I'm happy to be with you this morning. This week, we are looking at different people who have influenced our faith and our theology and our overall understanding of God. And again, for me, this was a tough one because, as many of you know, I am in school right now in seminary at Perkins School of Theology at SMU. And so a lot of my time right now is spent in theological reflection and theological conversation. So I have had many people through school and even working through here. We have such great theologians even on our staff. So it was tough for me to kind of pick one and to talk about that. So I thought I would kind of go a little bit different way and talk about a little lesser known theologian who really impacted my life in significant ways. And his name was Alton Netherland. Have you heard of him? You probably haven't, because he was my grandpa, my papa, as I knew him by. And my papa was an incredible man of God, someone who loved deeply, someone who served his community and served his family in intentional ways all throughout his life. I got the privilege of growing up very, very close to my grandpa and got to watch him in all of those interactions with his family and his business in the ways that he sought the stranger the way that Christ did. And so he also really impacted my life and my understanding of God because he was the one who connected music and faith together for me. My grandpa was a musician, a lot like me. And so he was the one that first encouraged me to play guitar. He was the one that first kind of taught me my first couple chords. And then he was also the one when I was in 7th grade, when I started really playing, he said, you really need to do this for the church. You really need to get involved in church music. And so he was the one who helped connect those two things for me in a way that I really didn't know at that time. So I owe him a lot to the vocation that I am in right now. And maybe in previous daily words, you've seen me playing this guitar. I want to show you real quick. And this is a guitar that I keep in my office right now. And this was my papa's guitar. And so I kind of keep it as a reminder of him and honor him and enjoy playing it and thinking about him. So he was really the person to connect a lot of those things for me. But even more than that, even more than the ways that he helped me in music and things like that, he helped me understand more about the love of God. He helped me understand more about what it meant to serve. And kind of the last thing that I reflected on as I thought about my papa was the ways that he always intentionally spoke to us about his faith, about the ways that he shared his faith with almost everybody. He was never ashamed or embarrassed. He was the one who would always ask someone if he could pray for them whenever we were out. And while that might have been a little maybe annoying or embarrassing as a kid, now as I've continued to mature in my faith, I can't help but think how impactful that was for me to see that as a child. And I try to model that now for my sons. And the other thing that I thought about and how my papa really impacted me and impacted my understanding about God and faith was he was the first person that I kind of experienced death with. He was the first person that I was there along his journey as he transitioned into eternity. And I got to sit with him. And he did something really special for us as a family. He got my mom to write letters to all of us when he was in the hospital. My mom would write notes to him. And it was something that his quotes to me stick with me today. And I want to leave you with this quote that he said to me in my letter, because it was right about the time when I was really discerning a call into ministry when I was about to go off to college and things like that. And he wrote this, I wrote it down for us. He said this: "Stay open and alert to how God will use you, Drew. Seek God in all that you do, and he will show you the way. This quote has always stuck with me, and it's always helped to shape the way that I approach my work and my life. Papa was one of the people in my life that really, really showed me God's love. It showed me how to be faithful in the little things, because that's what really matters. So that's my challenge to us today, is that we stay faithful in the little things. And I'll just say, if your grandparents are still alive, give them a hug, give them a call, because they want to hear from you. And it's such a special relationship to have. So blessings, friends. Have a wonderful day.